We are back after a little break. Feast week got the best of us. A lot of food, a lot of basketball. We are back on the College Basketball Weekly, powered by the Full Court Network. LT back in the saddle with my guy, Sammy D. And it was a fun week full of food, festivities, and basketball.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving in Akron?
I did. It was good. I tried to watch as much basketball as I can. The problem is NFL football gets put on, so I have to sit like in the corner with my phone. But I got to watch a lot of good ball, and it was fun.
Doesn't your family know that you have two of the hottest college basketball shows on the planet right now?
No, and since they don't, why don't you subscribe, rate, and review if you follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you're watching us on YouTube, smash it. Because my family don't do it. Why can't you? That's what I got to say. No, they don't.
Show us some love. Show us some love.
They don't care. So what? So we had a little feast week. Did you watch any basketball during Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It was, basketball's on. It's we're definitely a basketball family, not as much a football family.
Yeah.
So, what a great week though. Some high points, some low points. Interested to hear your thoughts on some of that.
Yeah.
I've got obviously, some teams that I was like, wow, they performed pretty well this past week, showed up. But what were your kind of overall thoughts on Feast Week? We're starting to kind of see it changing formats here and there, but just kind of like, what did you see around the country?
Yeah, so I will tell you, it wasn't part of any tournament per se. I guess it was, but so like no one's talking about the Horned Frogs. I know they're 5-2. I know they play Notre Dame on Friday, but they beat Florida by 4, and then next day took down Wisconsin by 11. Now I know they lost to Michigan by 4, lost a 4 to the New Orleans Privateers the first game, but man, Jamie Dixon. I mean, he just
shout out to Jamie Dixon, man. He's
a quiet assassin, in the Big 12. I mean, the Big 12 is just stacked. So a couple of things that I really liked and saw and watched was you got to love the Cayman Island Classic. I don't know if you've ever been to Cayman Islands, but I love Cayman Islands. Some of the nicest water ever. McNeese, man. What Coach Armstrong is doing with the McNeese Cowboys. Freshman Larry Johnson leads the team, 18.6 points per game. They're 6-1. They played last night. We're taping this, so we missed it, against Incarnate Word and Coach Harriman. But they had good wins against Georgia, very good George Washington team, Murray State, and Middle Tennessee State. And it just seems like what Heath Schroyer's done, bringing in Will Wade, now Coach Armstrong. I mean, the Cowboys are they're just good. They're so good.
Yeah, he's got a system as the athletic director. Whatever that system is, like it needs to be duplicated around the country.
Yeah,
because he's doing it the right way.
Yeah. Then another guest we've had both Xavier Joyner, the assistant coach, and Mark Byington, the head coach of Vanderbilt. Man, I know some might say the battle for Atlantis has a weaker field, but I mean, they played some really good basketball. They played some really good teams. They beat Western Kentucky, Virginia Commonwealth, which was picked to win the A-10, and then obviously St. Mary's to win the chip. Duke Miles, I mean, I love Duke Miles. That was a great pickup from Oklahoma, 18.8 points per game. I mean, the big thing with them is Wednesday night, tomorrow night, they play SMU and Boopy Miller, who's one of the top 20 leading scorers, top 10 in assists. I mean, he's averaging like 21.3 against Southern Methodist, who's undefeated also. But I mean, what Vanderbilt's done, I mean, who would have thought like Vanderbilt would be undefeated?
I love what Byington's doing. And I mean, it's Battle for Atlantis is a good tournament in my mind. Yeah. And, Vanderbilt put up over 100 points per game, and throughout that tournament. I mean, they are showing up and they belong in the SEC. I think that was kind of the big question mark of before Byington took over the job. What he did last year, I thought he could have easily been the SEC Coach of the Year. I mean, the SEC was just so packed last year, but like where he went, where he took that program where it was the year before to where it was last year, and now keep getting better this year to where they're already at this early in the season. Look out for Vanderbilt as they get into SEC play. They're going to surprise some people.
Yeah, and the tournament I always watch, and I don't care who's in it, is the Maui Classic.
I
love
baby.
that. I want to go so bad. You don't take me anywhere. You're going to take me there next year. I love it. I mean, Southern California showed out, beat Arizona State. State looks much improved, 88-75. Also beat Boise State, and a much-proved Seton Hall team, which I'm going to talk about in a second. Chad Baker-Mazara, back-to-back champion.
First player ever to do it.
Yeah. Does he have any more eligibility? Maybe he can go somewhere else and win it 3 years in a row. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but he just
wants to go to Hawaii. It's all good.
Maybe
that's how he picks his transfer portal.
Yeah, but I love what Coach. I mean, we've had him on the show. Coach Musselin's doing. I mean, Rodney Rice. I was so excited he transferred there from Maryland. He's averaging 20.3 with Baker-Mazara. The other key guy that's kind of is really doing well is Utah chancer Ezra Azar. 17.3 points per game, tied for 7th in field goal percentage in the nation with 60.6%. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous how well and efficient the Trojans are playing right now.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it. Anything you saw during Feast Week that was like of a concern to you with any teams?
Well, you didn't let me talk about Seton Hall. We're going to go back to Seton Hall because you know how much I love Seton Hall.
Yeah, for sure.
So Seton Hall was impressive. I know they went 2-1, but I think they found their point guard in Merrimack transfer, Philly native Adam Clark, 9.5 points per game, 4.9 assists per game. Also, Miami transfer AJ Stanton McCray is just a stud, and Tijuan Simpkins, another ball player. 7-1. You know, we're talking about Vanderbilt being undefeated. Would you ever thought Seton Hall would be 7-1?
I love it.
And I love Coach Holloway, man. I just love that team. Did you see them go into the crowd and like give high fives? I mean, I love it.
What's happening this past week will translate to March.
Yep.
Like I feel like we see that a lot year after year. Like the teams that, like you said, like where Seton Hall's at, like forget about the record, where they are at as a team culture and team identity this early in the season. Seton Hall hasn't seen this for several years.
No.
More than a decade have they had this strong of a culture, this well-known of an identity from like an internal player and coach perspective that you're seeing translate to the wins that they're getting. Like they're going to be a dangerous team, I think.
Yeah, they're going to surprise a lot of people. And I love you. I mean, I loved Holloway when he played for the Pirates. I love him as a coach. I mean, he's well respected. I think he needed to find the point guard, and you get a guy from Philly, 5'10", who can hoop. He's going to have a chip on the shoulder. The one team I'm cause for concern is NC State. They won 1-2. They beat Boise State. They lost to Seton Hall. They lost to Texas. I mean, I think they're going to be a good team. Are they a top 25 team at the end of the year? Absolutely. You know, I look at it kind of like, surprising. I'd love to ask the Hurleys what they thought of Maui between Bobby and Danny, because we know what Danny will never go back. But Bobby made it to the finals, so maybe
how about that? How about that?
Yeah. How about that? Yeah. What do you think about NC State?
I think they're fine.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're fine. I think they'll make the tournament. I think they'll get votes. I think they'll be in and out of the top 25 throughout the year. They'll be kind of that last team in the ACC to be in that 20 to 30, 35, ranking throughout the year. But, my personal opinion, for what it's worth, is I think they're going to be kind of the fourth best team in the ACC. Yeah. And the ACC will get 4 bids.
Yeah.
So at least.
Yep.
So they'll be fine getting into the tournament. I mean, I think also Will Wade's somebody who, the better the competition is throughout the year, the better they're going to get. I mean, no one is better at rising to the occasion than Will Wade as the season continues. Yep. So I'm completely fine with it.
Yep.
So a little concerned about Florida as well.
Yep.
I didn't go there. I mean, they entered the season with such high expectations, didn't do too well in the tournament in San Diego this past week. I just thought their backcourt was going to be a lot better by right now, and that's kind of the missing piece that I'm seeing from them. Hopefully they can get that together.
Yeah. What's going on with Loyola Chicago?
I don't know, man. Shout out to Coach Valentine. I don't know what's happening there. It's hopefully they can pick it up as conference play starts. But again, I think it comes down to culture, and I think you have people who have such a strong emphasis on culture, like Coach Drew Valentine. And I don't think he's going to put up with players not performing to how they should be performing. And, in today's era of college basketball, that's going to show early in the season.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably struggling with, which guys to play right now, just with what we're seeing on the court.
Yeah.
So you want to hope by, January 1st is he'll have the team that he wants to play on the court.
Yep.
And, they can get back to being competitive in league play.
Okay. Let me ask you about Players Era. Feast or famine?
Ooh, Players Era. A lot of thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
But I'm going with famine. I think it was a big flop this year. I get it. I get where college basketball is going, whether you like it or not. I do believe this is going to be the future of it, is for these neutral site games, not just paying the universities, but having to shell out to the players as well. I think it's an appealing recruiting tip for some of these programs to play. My issue is with the organizers. I mean, they finalized this idea in the summer of 2023, and then this was the product that we received in 2025 for the first year. Like, the point differential format is just so anticlimactic. Like, it's wrong. I don't know how you don't see that coming.
Dude,
right?
Iowa State played Syracuse and won by 31 points. On what was that, on the third place game, I think it was?
No, I mean, they didn't even make the
Iowa State
they didn't even make it. No,
and they were undefeated.
They went 3-0. I mean, they didn't make it to even the chance to get a place because their point differential was smaller than everybody else. They beat a highly ranked St. John's team by only a few points, whereas you had like the Michigans and Gonzagas blowing teams out. Right.
Did you see Bama? Bama beat Maryland by 33, and then Alabama beat UNLV by 39.
Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely have a problem with the format of it. Hopefully they fix that. Anybody who's in the media that says like the Players Era was a success, like I'm not buying it. Like,
they probably were paid to say that, let alone paid to go there.
We all know better than this, that a team that's 3-0 beating ranked teams should be at, like, the whole idea. What makes college basketball the greatest sport on the planet is survive and advance.
Yep.
Right. It comes down to where are you the last minute of the game? How are you playing? Like, who wouldn't have wanted to see Iowa State play Gonzaga or Michigan? Right? Like, isn't that I
don't think anybody wanted to play Michigan. Michigan,
no, for sure. I mean, Michigan just blew through everybody. I mean,
110 point differential in 3 games. They won by 30, 30, and 40 against Gonzaga. Like,
yeah, I mean, it reminds you of UConn 2 years ago. Like, how they just moved through the NCAA tournament, beating highly ranked teams by 15, 20, 25 points consistently.
Yep.
I was very surprised with the attendance at Players Era, like when they kind of pan the audience and you're like, there's nobody there.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like, and you're like, it's very lackluster for like a new tournament with this good of teams playing in it. Like, the universities couldn't get their teams to get out to Las Vegas. So, I mean, I think that was a big eye opener for a lot of people. Is, people would rather go to Charleston or Hawaii or Maui or whatever instead of I mean, the Feast Week in traveling is, you need to pick cities that are family friendly, right? And I don't see Vegas being that for a sporting event specifically.
Well, they're going to expand to 32 teams next year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's Players Era saying, would you be interested in coming? We'll pay for everything.
Hopefully. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where the Players Era ends up in 3 or 4 years. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think other tournaments are going to follow this format, whether it's next year or the year after, because it is very appealing for programs. I mean, if somebody was like, hey, bring your program here, you're guaranteed $1 million, and then
didn't Yaxel win $1 million for being the MVP?
Maybe. I don't know how it was set up, but yeah, I mean, it's again, I mean, just the whole outcome of the Players Area, I'm going with Famine. I mean, as good as Michigan is, And, you know, that's the anomaly. Like, I wish I could have seen, like, Gonzaga play Iowa State or Kansas play. Kansas, Iowa State, Gonzaga, and Michigan were the hottest teams there.
Yep.
And it's like you kind of want to see those teams battle it out in the semis. And, you know, you got to move to a bracket format for.
They're not going to. They're not going to, supposedly.
That's just what makes college basketball good, though, is to say, like, okay, that's what makes upsets good.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yep.
Where it goes.
I'm intrigued to see more of Syracuse. I saw some great, saw some not so great. So.
I saw some good stuff from Syracuse for sure.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, especially that OT overtime loss to Houston was a good game to watch them. So, and Kansas looked good, and Iowa State looked good, so that's good. So, you know what time it is?
It's mid-major minutes. Let's estimate how many minutes are you going to use to talk about mid-major basketball right now?
Put me on the timer. Tell me when.
You got to estimate. How long do you want to go for?
3 minutes and 12 and a half seconds.
All right, go.
All right. Belmont University 8-0 game-winning streak. Coach Alexander is in his 7th year. He has won 6 years of 20 wins or more. They were the champions of the Coconut Hoops. Royal Palm Division winners. Just beat a solid Toledo team, then killed, smoked, and battered Charleston by 23 on Sunday. Wednesday versus a hot Richmond team. Tyler London Blade could be one of the best pure shooters in the nation. Leads a team with 16.4 points per game. Sam Orme, 6'9" sophomore, chipping in 15.3. The Tritons of UC San Diego are 7-0 under new head coach Clint Allard, former graduate of San Diego, in his first year. Won the ESPN Adventure Bracket with nice wins against Temple, Bradley, and Towson. Leo Beath is averaging 19.9 points per game. They play a pretty good Nevada team at Nevada on Thursday. Columbia. Last year they were 12-15. This year they're already 7-1 under first-year head coach Kevin Hodvey. Solo losses to UConn with nice wins against Fairfield and Longwood. Kenny Nolan leads the team with 17 points. We got to talk about our guy, Jason Hooten from New Mexico State. Shout out to our guy, Gannon Dunn in Las Cruces. 6-0 with a key game tonight against South Alabama, who is 7-1. The Aggies have key wins against New Mexico. They own the state. Samford, UCI, and Georgia State. Team is led by Jameel Jones's 16 points, followed by Julius's Mims, 9.4 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game. We got to talk about University of North Carolina, Wilmington. What Takeo Siddle is doing. The Seahawks are 7-1. They're missing 2 key players, hopefully back for conference play, in Jonathan Lamoth and CJ Lester II. I saw them against Kent State. They lost. Last win comes against Gardner-Webb by 26 points. They play an improved Marshall squad on Wednesday. 5 players in double-digit scoring, led by Nolan Hodge, who's a frickin' ball player. Saw him drop 21 at Kent. He's averaging 15 points per game. Shout out to our guy Gunnar Shoemaker, who loves UNCW. He is considered a sicko in his mind. I'm just shouting out to people. Shout out to a couple other people. Northern Colorado and High Point. They're both on 4-game winning streaks. Shout out to EMU, Eastern Michigan, and Ypsilanti. They beat Cincinnati 64-56. Last time they beat a power conference team was 2014 when they took down the Michigan Wolverines. Shout out to Carlos Hart, who had 15 in the win. Boom. Mid-major minutes with LT.
3 minutes on the dot.
Boom.
Not bad, LT. Not bad.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on kind of the MAC, man? You got Buffalo at 8-0. You got Miami Ohio at 6-0. Kent State like 7-1. Yep. Like, what is happening in the MAC?
Yeah, they're moving up. They're top 15 as a conference, even higher than that in KenPom. I like what they're doing. I mean, what's going on in Buffalo is amazing. I mean,
how about Buffalo?
Oh man,
come on! I mean, last year they were 9-22.
Yeah.
They already have 8 wins this year.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Nice win against Bucknell. I mean, they're doing a really good job. So I'm excited about the MAC. But let me ask you this, and let's end on this because it's going to be a kind of short and sweet episode, but it's going to be over 20 minutes. No shit. How many bids do you think the high majors, so the Mountain West, American, and A10 are going to get? And I guess we can throw in the WCC because they're in that like weird, they're considered a mid-major, but are they really? I mean, they're funded more up at the top. Okay, so Mountain West got 6 bids last year. You think they'll get that many this year? I mean, right now, Utah State's 7-0. They're 35 in KenPom. San Diego State is 3-3, 48th in KenPom. Boise State's 59th, KenPom 5-3. Colorado State's 6-2, sitting at 68th. Then you got Nevada, Grand Canyon, Wyoming, and New Mexico are all in the low 100s of KenPom. I mean, do you see them getting multi-bids this year?
Yeah, I mean, I see a couple of these leagues getting multiple bids. I mean, we can start with the WCC, the West Coast Conference. I mean, they're kind of a shoe to get multiple bids. I mean, they've got 3 teams in the top 35 net rankings right now with Gonzaga, St. Mary's, and Santa Clara. And then, anything can happen with like Pacific, San Francisco, Loyola Marymount, all kind of at the top there. So, I mean, if the season ended right now, I mean, WCC would be getting 3 bids.
Okay.
Mountain West, I mean, you've got, they're consistently earning, 4, 5, 6 bids the last couple years. They have the best collective schedule of strength compared to all these other these leagues that you mentioned. Obviously, I mean, Utah State is 22nd in the net rankings right now. Average net rankings for the Mountain West is 72, whereas like the American is 110 average net ranking. So kind of a big drop off there, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got, Tulsa, who we've got on our coaches show this week. I mean, they're sitting at number 27 in the net rankings right now. And several other teams in the top 100. I mean, the hardest thing is for these teams once they get into conference play is how many more quad 1, quad 2 wins can they get before their resume is complete. Right now, the Mountain West has the most out of these groups because of their strength of schedule that they've played and the success that they've had so far. So I do see Mountain West getting, I'm going to give them 3 bids. Like I don't think they're going to get more than 3 bids this year. That may even be a stretch. I think the committee, although they shouldn't, I think they're going to take into consideration that this is kind of the last year. The Mountain West is the existing Mountain West schools, right? And then, you've got the American, which I can see getting 2 teams in, and then the WCC, which is going to be 2 or 3 teams. I just don't see, I don't see the WCC unless somebody other than Gonzaga or St. Mary's wins their conference tournament. I don't see them giving 3 bids to the WCC.
What if Santa Clara beats one of them in season?
I think it's going to be hard. I think that would lead. I think it's going to be home or away is what's going to make that difference, right? An away game against these teams would definitely get them a quad 1 win. But it's like they just have Santa Clara and Pacific and San Fran, like they just have so few opportunities to get any more quad 1 wins. Yeah. They basically each have 1 to 2 chances to do that.
Yeah, and the teams they did play, like San Francisco lost to Memphis. Memphis is 2-4.
Right. So it's like, I mean, it's going to be really hard.
Memphis has
it's going to be really hard for the WCC to get more than 2 teams in the tournament unless Gonzaga or St. Mary's does not win their tournament. Where I can see kind of the same thing for the American getting 2 bids in, and then Mountain West 3 teams max.
What about A10?
I don't see it. Just not. I don't. Mm-mm.
And maybe George Mason's 8-0. SLU is 6-1. Davidson, Richmond are 6-1. Both Dayton and George Washington are 6-2. VCU is 5-3, but they have a high net ranking. It's going to be interesting. So you don't think—
I think you're going to have more power conferences getting in than any year before. I think what you saw last year with the SEC, I think that's going to be duplicated this year. I think the Big Ten is going to get more teams in than they got last year. I think the ACC is going to get more teams than they got in last year. I think the Big 12 is going to get more teams in than they got last year. The Big East is really the only power conference, basketball power conference, that I don't see getting more bids than they got the previous year.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Now, it's still some basketball to play, but Yeah, it's what I noticed with the A10, and we had Coach McKillop from Davidson. So we got two episodes this week. We got Coach Conkle from Tulsa and the Davidson head coach. So really interesting. They're both doing very well this year. You know what I've noticed with some of these conferences, like the A10, the American especially, is they're not getting the quad 1, quad 2 opportunities, especially the A10. I mean, very few, very few.
And they know that. And, you know, I'm sure the power conferences, like at the top level with conference commissioners, I mean, they're advising their schools to not schedule some of these programs to get as many, because I mean, once like they're going to get all the quad 1 opportunities and quad 2 opportunities that they can get within their own conference.
Yep.
And, you know, the more that you know, a Purdue plays a mid-major program or, you know, a high major program with the opportunity of losing, it's going to hurt the entire conference. So
no, I get it. So Sammy, that was a good one, man. We got a full week, like I just said a couple minutes ago. Got Coach Eric Conkle from Tulsa. We talked about Tulsa King. We talked about movie going. We talked about Anaconda ain't got none until they got none, son. Remember that song? Dude, baby got back.
Yeah, talked to LL Cool J.
That made me I cried inside. I'm about to text him and be like,
Tulsa is hot right now. Everybody needs to tune in for that, because Tulsa is, like I said, I mean, I think they're 22nd, 27th in the net rankings right now, and rightfully deserving. They're at the top of that American Athletic Conference, and like they're a very good team. And if you want to, especially if you're a high school player, AAU player, and you want to see high efficiency offensive basketball, tune into Tulsa games. Yeah,
Tulsa's really good. And then also Davidson too. We talked about the collective. We talked about playing for his dad. I mean, it's a really good episode. So don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Just because no one does in my family doesn't mean you don't have to. You're always welcome to, especially if you're watching us on YouTube right now. Smash the subscribe button. We'll be back next week on another College Basketball Weekly, powered by what? The Full Court
Network. Let's get it.